So I want to take just a few minutes today and talk to y'all about Citation. This is a book called Lady Sings the Blues by Billie Holiday. It's an autobiography, and I wanted to start with a quick snapshot of my front covers to show y'all one of the few ways I figured out for myself to keep track of themes and ideas and quotes long after I read something. I found that I may read a text and then not actually cite anything from it for a day or a week or sometimes a year or two. And when I come back to that text and want the citation or the quote that I remember, it's really difficult for me to find. So I have taken to simply writing in the front of my book anytime I come across something in a textbook that, or a regular book I would like to remember where it's at. I'll just mark up the front of the book. I encourage you all to find your own ways of doing this so that you can remember better the things you read. What I want to talk today about though is citation. Now, when you Google Purdue OWL, this is the main website that you're going to get. And this is the one I use most often only because it works simply for me. It sort of works with my style. It's really easy to get to. The main homepage is right here. You can actually go all the way down if you already have a style that you want to use and just click on the guide. I know a lot of people in communication still use APA. I tend to favor Chicago. You can also go up a little bit higher and just click on research and citation. It gives you the same layout. So for this introduction, I want to just go with APA for now and show you that depending on what you click on, it will show you how to do in-text citations on all sorts of references, as well as your citation section in your reference list where you can find methods of citing different formats, different media. So books have to be cited differently than movies, for example. In the end, this is just a great website to go for an all-purpose quick guide on how to cite stuff. So just a quick reminder, when we're citing, you not only have to cite in text, depending on the theme or quote or idea, as we're going to see in just a second here, but you also have to include a citation section at the end. Now, briefly, here's what I want to do just to give you an idea of how we would cite. Again, I'm just going to give you two of the examples. The major time that you cite is when you are actually quoting something in text. So, don't forget your book titles are italicized, whereas smaller works like journal articles are in quotes. And your quote itself is going to have quotation marks around it. A few things as well. You want to quote exactly as the text is, which means you don't add capitalizations, and you can designate if you're leaving words out at the beginning of a sentence with 3 dots. If I can get this to cooperate, and then at the end, your period is actually going to go outside the citation, and depending on your style, I'm using APA, but again, check Purdue OWL to make sure you're in line with your guidelines. This is what your citation will look like. The other way that you're going to want to cite is if you're simply revealing information that you got from a particular text or movie or author or source, but it's not common knowledge. So if you're going to cite something, for instance, like Billie Holiday was you don't need quotation marks, but you do have to cite in text per MLA, APA, or Chicago regulations.